Good evening, Lolo. We have a guest this evening. His name is Marcus Brown. Marcus Brown is a native of Washington, D.C. His parents are both Florida natives. Dad is from St. Pete. Mom is from Live Oak. He was baptized into Christ on November 17, 1993 during his freshman year at Morehouse College. He would later meet and marry his best friend, Devon Jaya, in 1999. Marcus served in the Atlanta Church of Christ as a Bible talk and zone leader and served as a deacon in the Atlanta Metropolitan Christian Church from 2000 to through 2007. Marcus is a 6-year veteran of the United States Navy. He earned both his bachelor's degree in organizational management and his master's of business administration from Ashford University. Professionally, Marcus has worked in the electric utility industry for over 20 years and currently manages a renewable operations control center in Palm Beach Gardens, FLED. Marcus saw the intersection of the impact of financial literacy in the lives of those he worked with and served in the church. It was during this time that Marcus found a desire to learn about how to help others with being financially responsible while dealing with his own desires of being financially independent. Marcus founded Brown Consulting and Finance in 2008 and has been working with mentors, business leaders, and financial services companies in pursuit of serving the Black community in the area of financial literacy and responsibility. Marcus enjoys playing golf and watching action movies, comedy movies, and motivational films. So, without further ado, Mr. Marcus Brown.
Yes, Alfred, thank you very much for that great and awesome introduction of my friend, none other than Mr. Marcus Brown. Marcus Brown, how are you, brother? Welcome back, or welcome to Kitchen Table Talk at Lolo's. This is your truly Lawrence Pinto, aka Lolo. Marcus, what's going on?
Lolo, what's going on, brother? What's going on, man? It's good to sit down at the table and finally get a chance to rap with you, man.
Fire up. Fire up. Yeah, man. Yeah. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you came by. Glad you came by. Yeah, man. If we got a lot to talk about. We haven't caught up in about what 2.5 years now, right?
Yeah, it's been quite a while. It's been quite a while. Yes, sir.
It's been quite a while. Yeah. How's the swing?
The golf game's okay. I don't have a chance to play as much because I'm really focused on just building my brand. As you can see behind me, the logo I have is Brown Consulting and Finance. As was beautifully stated in the bio, we started this in 2008, actually in the Atlanta, Georgia area. I spent about 17 years in Atlanta. That's where I went to school, as you know. That's where I met my wife. That's where we served together as deacons. We go back, and right around 2008, of course, as you know, we had the housing crisis and it crunched everybody. It crunched everybody. And I was looking at how people were responding financially. I was looking at myself first, then looking at everybody else. Atlanta has a very high concentration of Black people. So I was like, man, is there any service that's in place, any company that's in place to provide financial literacy for our community? I've been around some financial literacy companies that were teaching financial literacy, particularly for children. And there were some financial solutions packages out there, but nothing really focused towards us. And so I started this concept of empowering, educating, and advocating for our community. And that's kind of where I got the groundwork for who I call myself now. I'm known as a Black financial advocate on Facebook. So I'm really looking forward to just serving my community, serving my people, particularly my brothers, and in the area of what I call financial fitness. But in between then and now, there's been quite a big shift in the world, not just of finance, but also health, right? And they have become even more connected than ever before.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you and I have talked many, many times, and, you know, we talked about the bad cost or the high cost of bad health.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And so, I'm pretty sure that we'll be chatting a little bit later in detail about those kind of things. But as far as I'm concerned, as far as me, since Atlanta, I had a chance to move to Florida, been in Florida since 2010, and really rebranded myself to the brand that you see behind me. I rebranded myself in 2021 because I needed to start fresh. I needed to start new. And I needed to have a better understanding of how the financial landscape looks today for our community. And there are some things, there's some projects I have going on right now that I'm really excited about. One of which is the live videos that I do on my Facebook page, Black Businessmen Rising. It's actually called the Financial Fitness Supplement, which is just a few minutes just to drop some nuggets, drop some dimes, drop some, just drop some words of wisdom, and have people thinking, have our brothers in particular thinking about how they need to set up themselves to win financially. So one of the things I talk about the most is comprehensive estate planning. I believe you shared that on one of your episodes recently.
Yes, yes.
And so when I talk about when I talk about comprehensive estate planning, I talk about four pillars. There's the will, there's a living trust, there's a health power of attorney, and a financial power of attorney. Just having a will in place, it doesn't get the entire job done. Why? Because you can still go to probate court. Your estate and your belongings can be discussed and determined by a judge as far as who gets what. Even though you have things in writing, there's still going to be fighting, right? Yeah. So you have to get more comprehensive. I learned that you have to be more comprehensive in how you approach protecting your assets, protecting the things that you've earned and are setting up a legacy with. And so those are the things that I discuss. I actually partnered up with a really cool financial services company that provides all of those things in one place. I'll talk about that later. But that's really what I've been about. My goal is to empower, educate, and advocate for a very large percentage of our community. I'm not going to share that number just yet because there's strings attached to that, but a very large percentage of our community needs to get this information and they need to take action. And I'm very proud to be able to state that I have a method and a process in which we can take action. Yeah. So that's what's been going on with me, brother.
That's a great startup. That's a great startup. Now, Facebook, let's start with your Facebook group and your page and what's going on there.
Well,
have you posted any like classes, like formal, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10 steps, this to that, whatever?
Great question. Great question. No, I haven't posted the classes there. I do have a class that I'm getting together that actually completed. It's actually in audio editing right now. It's called simply Comprehensive Estate Planning. Now, this course will be basically offered for free, but it's on a platform known as the Great Discovery. So yeah, that platform is an e-learning platform that I just discovered here recently that really takes the best of what content creators have to offer and creates a platform that not only provides the education and knowledge that people are looking for, but also on the business end, it provides a great way for folks to really get rewarded or blessed or paid for the content that they create for the masses.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
Yes, sir. So look for that. That's coming soon. That will be out this month. I'll go ahead and when I'm done with it, I'll go ahead and send you guys the link first, since all of you who will be watching this video, whether you're live or whether you watch this recorded, when you come to the Kitchen Table Talk with my man Lolo, you're gonna get first dibs on this recording, on that course on comprehensive estate planning. That's my gift to y'all. Man, I'm telling you, me and Lolo go back a long way, man. Any way I can support this brother and bless his brother, that's what I'm gonna do. Y'all need to come to the table. Y'all need to come to the table. I'm calling all I'm calling all my Bahamian brothers and sisters. I'm calling all my West Indian brothers and sisters. I'm calling everybody. If you love the Bahamas, if you're down with the Bahamas, if you're down with the West Indies, you need to come talk to this man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we need to talk.
For you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Talk. Man, this situation with the U.S. warning. How did you feel about that when you heard about
it? Honestly, I felt embarrassed
to a degree.
Because I didn't agree with the warning. Right. I didn't agree with the warning simply because the timing of it was very strange.
Yeah.
Typically what I've noticed is that when we travel as a people, we're, our comings and goings are paid attention to quite a bit. This goes back to the consumerism push that they monitored us with back in the 40s and 50s. They watch how we spend money. They watch how we, they watch our tastes, different things like that. And they watch how we travel. And so what I've seen and what you've probably seen is an uptick in the number of us that are going to visit the Bahamas and other islands in the West Indies in particular. And I felt like it was unfair. I think you did a wonderful job in the videos that you presented to the masses to address that and speak specifically to the criminal activities that are going on the island.
Yeah.
And it's not so overwhelming that a person can't go and really enjoy themselves and unwind and do the things that they want to do on those beautiful islands. Those islands are very, very beautiful. My location, matter of fact, is about between 50 and 75 miles from the West End. I can stand right on West Palm Beach, and I'm probably about 50 or 75 miles away. If I go to Fort Lauderdale, I can take a water taxi and be there in 2 hours. And so I can be on Bimini to be exact. In about 2 hours.
Docked in 2 hours.
Yes, sir. I can be docked in 2 hours. And it makes sure I don't miss the boat the next day. But but yeah, I was really sad as a Native American that that things had to be stooped so low. The government had to stoop so low as to send out that kind of warning. I didn't agree with it. I don't think it's fair. It's not fair to the Bahamian people. To me, it's disrespectful. And because we get nothing but love from the brothers and sisters in the Bahamas. We get nothing but.
And the last just lately, accusation of rape. I'm sorry. I've seen the tape. It's not rape.
Yeah. So
I literally saw the tape. I'm sorry. Can't say my sources are, but I saw the tape.
Understood.
And
understood.
If it wasn't for those videotapes, that guy was going to go to jail.
Yep.
There were 2 guys. Both of them were dating. 2 of them. They went back to one of the guys' places because when they went back to the guy's place, he normally have camera sets up around his place. Folks sometimes think that humans are stupid. They think the Bahamas is backward. My stepfather asked my mother one time, Florence, do they ride horse and carriage in the Bahamas? What type of horse and carriage they ride in the
Bahamas? Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. But that's how I felt. I mean, I didn't feel like it was fair for that to happen, and just to the example you just gave, just spitting out reports that are unfounded and unbased.
Everybody wants to add something to it to make themselves look.
Yeah. Now to be clear, I mean that's a terrible thing to happen to anybody.
Yeah.
There's no room for it. There's no, you know, there's nothing right about rape at all. That is
No,
terrible.
no,
That is terrible.
I don't even like to use the word.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah,
That being said, you know, we have to be careful as to what we talk about, or what's presented, and we have to investigate all the facts. I mean, in this world of social media, unfortunately, we're guilty until proven innocent.
yeah,
If you're black, if you're melanated, even more so. And so it's really a tough road to travel. But I don't think that that was right to really to go, you know, to backtrack. It wasn't right to have those reports about criminal activity in the Bahamas, because the information was unfounded. You
yeah,
know, it was unfounded. It just made some general accusations and went out and pushed it. In my opinion, they pushed all that stuff, and it was unfounded to me. And then, you know, with the incident we just discussed, I think they just doubled down and just decided to really paint that picture, and that picture is not accurate. And so, you know, I say to anybody, just check the facts. You know,
yeah.
just check the facts, and I would tell everybody that's going to the Bahamas to watch your videos. You've done and are doing an incredible job of breaking down just how to move around all the islands. You know, you know, from Bimini to, you know, to Freeport, you know, you know, well, Freeport, Grand Bahama, to New Providence, you know, Nassau. You just do a wonderful job at breaking that down. You know, we don't need anybody else to navigate us around the Bahamas. We just need to come to Kitchen Table Talk,
There you
and we
go.
need to
Yeah, man.
videos.
Oh yeah.
We need to come to Lolo's, get to that Kitchen
Yes.
Table Talk, and punch up the video and just start learning.
Yep. 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 There's 700 islands. 29,
Yes.
30, 29 additional islands you can go to instead of going to Nassau, where that's probably 80 to 90% of all the crime happening. And that's only happening because of 70 or so percent, 70, probably even at this time after the pandemic and
Right.
hurricanes, probably 70, 80% of all residents live on New Providence. That's a
Right.
good thing.
Yep.
Because they're on 21 miles by 7 miles, and they're in the capital. They're where everything is happening. It's city, so-called. Freeport Grand Bahamas, the second city, and it's more spaced out, it's more wide. Because Freeport is big, but it's small anyway. It's cocky. It's not a
Right.
it's not a New York. You have everybody right there, millions and millions of people, just a few people, not that many people. Because then
Right.
you got Lucaia, and then you got West End, you know, and so Freeport is a very large island too.
Yep.
You know, you can go to Freeport. Hell, you can go to Andros. And if you don't want no casinos around, go to the Berry Islands.
There you go.
Which ain't too far from Bimini.
Nope, not far at all. So it's a lot of great things to see there, and it's just so much of nature to enjoy, so much of the tropics to enjoy.
Yeah.
So yeah, looking forward to the adventures I'm gonna have soon. Hopefully
I hear
soon.
you, bro. I hear you. Well, man, it's good to be chopping up, powwow, talking, take a little talk, get together.
Yes, sir.
I'm definitely looking forward to us talking about this the health thing. I'm looking forward to that. But for right now, you came out of Atlanta.
Yep, I did.
I know you used to be in Clayton County, not that often, but you are familiar with Clayton County because you were in Forest Park or Riverdale.
Actually, I was in Fairburn, which is South Fulton County. Yeah,
okay,
but not far at all from Clayton County.
Okay, when last were you in this area?
I was last in the Atlanta, Georgia area in 2022. Is it 2022? In the area? Yeah, I would say 2022.
Okay.
I would say 2022.
What was the traffic like? What was the behavior of the people like? What
Oh, the
was the
traffic.
congestion like?
Actually, the time that I rolled through, it wasn't. You have your pockets of traffic, particularly around 285. Um, I noticed that they put more speed restrictions around the loop, around 285, which was needed. Um, the driving was a little bit more, I would say, because of the restrictions that were put in place, traffic did flow. It did flow at a slower pace though, but it did flow. So some of the traffic adjustments that were made was good, but you still around your major arteries, like your Wesley Chapel roads on I-20 or the entrance to the airport, even though they divvied out the different exits or the different departure gates nationally and internationally, that did help some. But going downtown is still crowded. It's still, it's still congested during the rush hour periods. But I think overall the traffic flow pretty good.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Like I said, it was 2022. Now things have probably changed in the last 2 years.
Yeah,
but
24, right? But
yeah.
I specifically, Clayton County has
Yeah.
evolved.
Mm-hmm.
Clayton County has evolved.
Agreed.
I mean, you can find every restaurant, all the different foods, Jamaican restaurants, Bahamian restaurants, Vietnamese restaurants. You could find them all there.
Cool. Yeah,
African
well,
restaurants, everything.
Hartsfield. Oh, sorry.
Ah, go ahead.
No, Hartsfield Jackson is in Clayton County, technically.
Part of it is.
Yes.
Yes, part of it is. Yes. A small part of it is. But I tell you, man, it's changed, man. Pinewood Studios over in the Bogdanes, they got their own city over there.
Yeah.
You got Buckhead, you got Atlanta, and now, you got over there, you got Pinewood.
That's amazing.
They have their own communities out there.
Yep.
Their own communities. They designed a little city where folks can walk to everything.
Yeah, that is amazing. That is amazing.
Crazy. But Marcus, it's good to talk to you along this line of business and everything. What do you got to say to your Morehouse young men who are coming out now, business, technology? Where would you say their interest is needed most? And I guess how would you encourage them to go about it?
Great question. I first have to say Morehouse is a very special place to me. I did not finish my bachelor's degree there. I did get my bachelor's degree and my MBA from Ashford University, but I always tell people that even though I graduated from Ashford University, I was educated at Morehouse College. The college is where I developed my spiritual roots. The college is where, as part of the AUC, I met my queen. I met my wife. I have so many wonderful relationships just from my connection to and my matriculation at the college. Morehouse will always be special to me. To the men of Morehouse who are coming out this year and the years to come, my message to you is 2 words: Black empowerment. Too many of us are coming out of these HBCUs and looking for a job. Too many of us are coming out of these HBCUs with a selfish mindset. You may be a legacy. Your father or your grandfather may have gone to the college and graduated and have, a good setup somewhere in the Atlanta area, and that's cool and that's great. To that, I salute you. You need to continue to build whatever legacy's been planted for you. Because as we learn at the college, we're standing on somebody's shoulders. There's somebody's shoulders that we're standing on. But what I would tell my Morehouse brothers coming out is you need to find ways to build our community. If you are a lawyer, I challenge you to not follow the example that our legal class is presenting for us today. I'm not going to get into the details of that. But our legal class is not fighting for us. I'm talking about Black attorneys in general. Our legislative class is basically bought and paid for by the dominant society. I would encourage my brothers to learn how, instead of being employees, to be entrepreneurs, to be your own boss. Take what you have, take the connections that you gain in the AUC, not just Morehouse. The AUC is the largest consortium of African-American students in the country, and I dare say on the planet. The things that you learn going to Morehouse and taking classes at Spelman, Clark Atlanta, and Morris Brown, the value of that is worth way more than the piece of paper that you earn. You're going to build connections. You're going to build key contacts with people that you will need down the line. I encourage all my brothers to take those connections and build a community. There needs to be a sense of group economics. There needs to be a revived sense of self-determination as a community. And Atlanta, although it may seem like it's the fertile ground for that, and it has its pockets, there are areas of Black empowerment, there are areas of Black self-determination. It needs to expand. And it needs to be led, in my opinion, by men who are built something like the men of Morehouse. I'm not saying that Morehouse is the only answer, but it is part of the solution, guaranteed. So to my Morehouse brothers, make sure that you have your mind right, make sure you're focused on your people, and make sure that you build a legacy that nobody can take away. That's what I would say to them.
Fantastic. Marcus Brown.
Yes,
it's a pleasure. I want to thank you for joining us on this segment of Kitchen Table Talk. And I definitely look forward to our next hour interview for health. And you are an expert in hydration area. And you and I actually partnered My Divine Diet and Price. You're going to talk about that as well. But for this segment, I want to say to everyone out there who's watching, watch the Facebook groups, the colleges, the groups, the alumni, all you guys, watching. If you want to join this conversation, Kitchen Table Talk, text the word conversation to the number 470-382-9622. We're looking forward to hearing from you because we want you at the kitchen table. With that being said, Marcus Brown, my dear friend, my partner, thank you very much for joining us on this segment of Kitchen Table Talk. We look forward to having you back soon.
Absolutely. Yes, sir.